His anxiety multiplied. He sat and talked to the man for a while to keep an eye on his daughter and went back to his bedroom. As he walked towards the top of the gable to sleep, he heard the sound of the rustling at the back of the house in the garden. Suspecting that the thief was planning to steal, he crept to the wall and looked over the crack. Not the thief, the things he saw frightened him with a sweat. He saw a group of people and dogs sitting around eating and drinking together, 2 of them, the rest of them. All, 2 of them about the size of a child of 7 or 8. There is a dog body. But a human head, a dog with a full dog shape. They are eating and talking. Look at the tray placed between the people and the dog, it is the one he still uses to serve rice. Bowls and chopsticks are also the same bowls and chopsticks that are used every day. Seeing people and dogs gathering, the hair on the back of his neck stood upright, but when he heard them talking, he had no souls. They discussed each other. After capturing the soul of his daughter, a bitch will capture the soul of his son, Mr. Tuong, and her sister. Batch, only 16 years old this year. One dog-headed dog told another. I want to arrest Tuong, I have to arrest him now. Watch out if his father knows, his father sends them elsewhere, then it is a problem. The other dog, too, replied. His father knows how. What I'm talking about here, who can listen in? One of the 2, the dog carrying a humanoid, said. Then the father and his family, we will arrest them all. They will die without burying. Very scared, the rich man crept back to his bedroom, walked very gently, fearing the dog's love ghosts would have bad consequences. The next morning, when he looked ahead and looked back, he could not see the white and red-nosed dog. Grandmother, far away from his home in another village. He also went to his neighbor's house again to report what had happened the night before at his house and to counsel him on how to deal with the ghost dogs. The neighbor said, now we only have a way to find the master self-arrogant and ask for amulets to cover the whole house. Fortunately, we can eliminate them. He said he invited some of the high-handed monks and asked for amulets all over the house, but it was not good. The neighbor now has only one way to pray to God and Buddha. He advised both grandparents at night to burn incense to pray to heaven and share to go to the temples to pray to the Buddha. He also advised the rich man to go to the communal house to pray to Duck Van Home so that he could use his authority to eliminate the demons. There was no other way. The rich man and his wife shared to go to the temple to pray to the Buddha and God to help his family through the accident. At night, he and his wife both lit incense in the sky to pray. They go to the ceremony, just go to the ceremony, pray to God, unusual things still happen at his house as usual. Ms. Vatch was still night and night in his dream. Someone came to press willow flowers, and he always heard that in the night there was a sound of washing dishes outside the water tank. Luckily, he overheard the dog's gossip, sending Mr. Tuong away so he avoided the accident for me. The 2 of them were worried and scared, both thinning out and emaciated as if dismayed. While his family was in that state, one day an old nun came to his home to encourage him. He brings rice money to worship. After receiving the rice money, the monk left to go to other houses, but instead of leaving, the monk asked him for a break in the house for a few days. The monk said, the nuns come from far away, so tired, unable to continue to raise the religion, please forgive the owner if the house has a lot of room for the nuns to stay for a few meals when the nuns will go again. Both the rich man and his wife respectfully welcome and invite the monk to think in the house above, which means the main house of the family. The old monk again agreed with the 2 grandparents who wanted a place to recite Buddha's name. The old monk said, nuns are religious and have to chant Buddhist prayers every day. Dare to bother the benefactor to lend the nuns to borrow incense to set up a Buddha altar. With an altar, the chanting will be serious. The rich man and his wife invited the old monk to place the Buddha altar on the altar of his family, so the rich man's ancestors would also hear the sutras. The old monk took out a Buddha image and placed it on an incense stick, which is higher than the top of base. Immediately after that, the incense lamp was lit and the old monk started reciting Buddha's name. Fuong did not understand what the old monk chanted. He only knew that the old monk was attentive to the scripture, did not pay any attention to everything outside. One day he only ate 1 meal at noon, a vegetarian meal by the couple he delivers, and late night the old monk chants the chants very late. The old monk chanted the sutras like that, always 3 days in a row, thinking only at the time of his birth and late at night until morning. The husband and wife are rich in the old master's servant, and they feel like they are light in their hearts and all their worries are dissipated. The remarkable thing is that during the 3 consecutive nights from the day the old monk started chanting, the ghostly events did not happen as before. Ms. Vatch night did not see the ghosts to harass and harass, and the dogs did not seem to see the meeting at the rich man's house. On the fourth morning, the old monk disguised himself as a rich man to continue his education. Promotion. The two grandparents who tried to keep it also could not be, giving rice to the old monk. Refused to use the excuse for a few days of staying, the old monk had harassed them a lot. The two grandparents saw off the monk's feet until the village head and came back. When he got home, the rich man was told by the farmer that the red-nosed white dog did not understand why he was lying dead in the bamboo bushes. Now the rich man understands that the old monk is a noble monk because his family chants Buddhist chants of subtractive demons.